back to my channel and to another week of family meal ideas. So this week I've got some of my absolute favourites, including 2 slow cooker recipes, one of which is fast becoming my favourite ever thing I've cooked in the slow cooker. There's also my really warm and comforting chicken and broccoli stew, which is perfect for fending off all those bugs and things that are going around at the moment. And there's also a vegetarian recipe, my spicy cauliflower wraps, which I'm really fancying right now, and it's actually only like 10 o'clock in the morning, but I could just eat a spicy cauliflower wrap, one of my favourites. And there's also the biggest burger I think I've ever seen my husband make in his entire life. It looked like something from Man vs Food. So let's go and have a look at some of the meals we've been eating recently. So I'm currently in the process of making some dinner, and I'm going to make my favourite chicken and broccoli stew. It is packed with vegetables, and it is perfect for if you're feeling under the weather like I am. Just gets loads and loads of nutrients in you. So in here I've gone through my onion and potato cupboard and got all the little sprouty ones, all the ones that are looking a bit dodgy. There's a couple of shallots in there, some red onions that were like this big, tiny ones. They were just driving me mad. I kept putting off using them because I couldn't be bothered to chop them. I hate chopping tiny onions. So I've just dumped a load of that in there. I've scrubbed all the potatoes, de-eyed them. And then I've got some carrots out of my fridge, which were kind of going a bit wonky. So I've peeled those and chopped them. And then in here I've got some chicken breast in the fridge. I'm just going to pop those in. So I'm going to chuck in some chicken stock cubes and some boiling water. I'm not going to even bother making up the stock beforehand. I'm just going to throw the stock cubes in and fill it with boiling water. I will thicken it with this sage and onion stuffing like I always do. Probably add some salt, some pepper, some garlic granules. And a whole kilo of frozen broccoli. I have got a video on my channel, and I have made this in loads and loads of my videos. It's a slow cooker chicken stew, I think the video is called. But yeah, I'm going to throw everything in, and then I'm going to leave it on low for however long it takes, probably about 8 hours. What are we? Well, it's 9:30, so it'll probably be longer than that. 8.5 hours. And I'll just show you once I've added everything. So I've thrown in some frozen garlic, a whole kilo of frozen broccoli. I'm going to stir that together and pop my chicken breasts on, and I'll show you a bit later on. I always add the stuffing at the end of cooking, like towards the end rather than now, and then it thickens it up nicely. So the stew is finished. I added in my stuffing and I just shredded my chicken. It's falling apart anyway. I'm just going to serve it up, and we've got some cheese topped rolls to go with it. And here we are served up. We've just got one of these cheese topped rolls from Lidl, and this is my favourite meal at this time of year, especially when you're not feeling very good. It's like the perfect cold and flu remedy, and the boys love it too. So this section of the video is very kindly sponsored by Readly. Now Readly are a long-term partner of mine, and if you don't know what they are, it is an online app that has over 7,000 magazines and newspapers. It's where I get a lot of my content and recipe ideas. So this is what the app looks like, and as you can see, literally thousands of different magazines and newspapers. If I click on my content, it comes up with my favourite magazines. So every time I find a magazine I like, I can favourite it. I've got things like Olive magazine, Ideal Home, OK. I've got all the food magazines. We've got dog magazines, fitness magazines, psychologies, VW Bus, everything you can think of is on there. And what I really love is the fact that you can open up a magazine and you can actually bookmark pages. So if I go to my bookmark page, you can see the different things that I've saved. So I've got things like fitness, training, I've got recipes, Christmas decoration ideas, and even in the Radio Times I've saved things that I want to watch. There's also the option to download the content. So this is my downloads page, so I can go on to any magazine and I can download it. This means that you can use it anywhere there's no Wi-Fi. So I took this with me on holiday recently. We had a really long flight, and I was really glad that I was able to read my magazines on the flight and didn't have to worry about having internet. The magazines themselves are so clear and easy to read. You can just flick through, and what I love is the fact that there are clickable links. So if some of these recipes come up with a link, I can click on it and it will take me to the website, which is another really good feature. There's also back issues, so once you've found a magazine, I absolutely love Ideal Home magazine. They got the Christmas one, which I'm loving, so you can go back through and read hundreds and hundreds of back issues of your favourite magazines. So the best part about this is that I have got you a 2-month free trial, no obligation, cancel at any time, and that's going to take you right over the festive period. So when everything has got a little bit too much and maybe you're really happy to see the family but you just want 5 minutes, you can just go and read your magazine in peace, lock yourself in the bathroom, take your phone or your tablet and have a little me time away from everyone. Just sit scrolling through all your favourite magazines. So if you click my unique link in the description box down below this video, you will get 2 months free trial, and it is completely free. There is no obligation. After that it's $9.99 a month, and that actually gives you 5 different profiles, so you can share Readly across 5 different family members or 5 different devices. That works out amazing value. You can keep up with the daily news. There's definitely something for everyone. If you like knitting or crocheting, if you enjoy your pets, if you like photography, sport, cooking, just flicking through beautiful home magazines like I do, then it's definitely worth taking up the free trial. It's not going to cost you anything, you have nothing to lose. If you've got a little bit of time off over Christmas or a little bit of spare time and you just want to go and escape for a little while, then use the link in the description, take up the free offer, and I guarantee you will be really happy you did. So thank you to Readly once again for working with me on this section of the video. Now let's go and look at some more delicious food. So I'm just starting tonight's dinner and I'm making a fajita or taco style pasta bake. So I've got some peppers in here and some beef mince. Sprinkle some fajita seasoning over it. I'm going to add a tin of tomatoes, and then I'm going to boil some pasta, and I've got some sour cream. We're going to mix it all together, top it with cheese and pop it in the oven. So I just added my pasta, I added my chopped tomatoes, sour cream, got my fajita mix, I added some tomato puree and some of the pasta water just to loosen it up a bit. I'm just going to mix it together, and then I'm going to grate some cheese, and because it's all already cooked and I've let the mince cook through and the peppers are also done, I'm going to pop it under the grill, and then we have another one of our use up everything out the cupboards meals. So here we are, it's been under the grill. I'm just going to serve it up. My battery is flashing, so I'm going to be quick. But yeah, it's looking really good and it smells amazing. So here we are served up. It actually looked better when it was in the oven dish. But it tastes really nice. I've just tasted it, and this is what we've got for my use up stuff tonight. So tonight's dinner is a bit of a different one. I don't normally do 2 separate meals, but it's a special treat and everyone wanted something different. So some of us are having burgers. We've got homemade patties made by Steve with gherkins, cheese. There's all sorts of things in that burger mince. You would not believe what he was putting in there. And nice seeded brioche buns. We've got some oven chips, and this is the Bisto American hot gravy that I bought in one of my shopping hauls. And then some of us are having fish and chips. We've got a few roast potatoes, some chips, some tartar sauce peas, the jumbo gastro Young's fish fillets, and again the gravy. And then everyone's got some kind of variation of this. Some people have got a little bit less. This is what we're having tonight. Instead of ordering a takeaway, it still works out much cheaper to do a bit extra but make your own. So this is what we've got. So I'm just going to make some slow cooked beef brisket, and somebody asked me the other day how I did it. So it's really simple, I'm just cheating really. I've got this British carvery joint from Tesco. I got one that serves 6 people because we're having Steve's mum over for dinner as well tonight, and my mum, but she doesn't eat the beef. But anyway, so I've got a big roasting joint, and then all I do is I've popped my slow cooker on. I've got these beef granules from Lidl with onion and bay leaf. They're like the deluxe ones. Really reasonable. I think it's about £1.60 or something for that. And I make it up in one of these massive mugs, and I just make it so thick. I mean, you can see it's like stand your spoon up thick gravy. So I'll probably put about 5 heaped teaspoons, but not very much water, because obviously the slow cooker doesn't need very much liquid at all, and we don't want too much sauce with this. So I'll pop the beef in, I'll pour the gravy over. The only other thing I'll add is a really huge teaspoon, like heaped teaspoon of Marmite, probably more like a tablespoon, and some black pepper. And then I'm just going to put it on high for the first couple of hours. That'll take me to about 1 o'clock, and then I'll pop it on low till about 6. So it comes out really nice. And then while I'm making the other bits to go with dinner, I'm going to put my oven on quite high, probably about 220 degrees. I'll put this in an oven tray and pop it uncovered in the top of the oven just to give it a nice crust on top, and it starts to like burn the ends a little bit and go really sticky and caramelized, and it just gives such a nice flavour. So that's what I'm going to do now. So there is my beef. I've just poured the gravy over, my massive like tablespoon of Marmite and some black pepper. I'm just going to let that sit and do its thing, and I'll show you the rest as we go. We're going to serve it with some mac and cheese because it just goes so well together. 10 to 10 broccoli and roasted leeks. So I've just popped the beef in the oven so it's fall apart tender, and then you get like the black crispy like burnt bits as well, which sounds a bit strange, but sometimes with slow cooker meat you need that kind of crispy texture. It's really, really good. Melt in the mouth, soft, with a nice crispy texture, and it gives it a really strong, intense flavour as well. So I'll show you it once I've plated up. I'm plating up for 7, so it's going to take a while, but I will show you when we're finished. And here is the macaroni cheese. I've just transferred it into a massive oven-proof dish, and it starts to go nice and crispy on the top. Got our beef, got some broccoli, we've got some leeks, and yeah, it's looking really good. So here is all our dinners. Jake's got gammon, he doesn't like the beef, but he's going to have the mac and cheese. So we've got broccoli, we've got leeks, we've got brisket, and just various little dinners. One without beef for my mum, and this is what we're all having tonight. So tonight's dinner is just a really simple chicken korma and rice. I don't normally have korma, but my mum had a jar that she gave us, so I've used that. But I cooked the chicken in a wok, and I sprinkled some tandoori or chicken tikka curry powder, I think it was tikka curry powder, over the chicken, a little bit of salt, and then I put the korma sauce on top. Just tasted it, it's really, really nice, really coconutty, and just some boiled rice. And this is what is for dinner tonight. So I'm just about to put tonight's dinner in the oven, and Steve and I are having buffalo cauliflower wraps. We've also got some mushroom and peppers in there as well. So I chopped up a fresh cauliflower earlier, a whole pepper and a couple of 100 grams of mushrooms, and I just marinated it in some buffalo sauce. I put it in like a plastic Ziploc bag and left it in the fridge, so it's been in for a while. I know things don't, like cauliflower doesn't really absorb marinades, but it still soaks in a little bit rather than just coating it and ovening it. So I'm going to pop this in the oven now on about 220 degrees for probably half an hour until it's gone really nice and sticky, everything's shrunk down, and then we're going to serve it in some wraps with some lettuce, onion, some mayo, and probably some like chili powder maybe, or some cayenne pepper. It's one of our favourite meals. It goes so well, and it's really, really filling even though there's no meat at all. So it's a really good one. If you're not a big meat eater, then this is a really good filling meal, and I'll show you it once we are cooked. So it's not the prettiest looking wrap, but I've got my roasted cauliflower, peppers and mushrooms, popped it in a wrap, and then put some salt and some cayenne pepper on top. I'm just going to wrap it up, and this is steaming up. Oh, and this is what we are having tonight. So for tonight's dinner we are having a warm chicken salad. So, well, the only salad bit actually is lettuce. So there's lettuce underneath here, and then I've got some mushrooms, tomatoes, red onion and some pepper, loads and loads of spinach, and obviously some chicken, and then I've just put some tandoori curry powder, some lime juice and some cayenne pepper, and I've just cooked it all together. I use the lime juice to almost like fry the vegetables and chicken, and I use a tiny bit of spray oil, but it's a good tip if you don't want to use oils and things. You can just, if you've got a good non-stick pan, use lime juice or Worcester sauce, balsamic vinegar, and it gives a really nice flavour. So yeah, this is what we are having for dinner tonight. So just about to put some pizzas in the oven, and we got this one which sounds really, really good. It's a spiced chicken with lime and a mint raita, and it looks really, really good. This was reduced from £4.75 to £2.85. Steve managed to get these in Tesco. I just think it looks really, really nice. What does it say? Hand stretched wood-fired pizza topped with tikka masala, spiced marinated chicken with spinach and lime and a mint raita dressing. And then we've got this one, which is the beefy Mexican. It's got a stuffed crust pizza with jalapeno cheese, smothered with rich tomato sauce, loaded with chili beef and tangy cheese. And this one was £5 down to £2.80, so I'm just going to pop these in, but I think this one looks really, really nice. Yeah, I think these look really nice. This is the spicy Mexican with a jalapeno stuffed crust, and then this is the lime and mint drizzle chicken one, which looks really, really good. Before they're in, I will show you them when they are cooked. So this is the chicken and mint pizza, and then this one is the Mexican. Steve is making the biggest burgers I've ever seen in my life.
Only because I'm hiding stuff in them.
Yeah, I mean the size of that is just ridiculous. What's in that one?
cheese slices.
Like a cheese single that you would normally put on top of a burger. And
Yeah, I'll put it inside it, and this one's got
got a baby bell.
Yeah, and now I'm going to cover
it up. And now he's sandwiching it, but this is more like a joint beef than a burger. And he's just said he also made these, but it kind of gives it away that they've got Lane chocolate buttons on them. These are from a bakery in Deal, Kent, if you are local to Kent, called Lane, or the Lane Bakery. They've actually got an Instagram, and I follow them, and I keep seeing them all the time. So we popped in there today and bought these for the boys. These are, why is that not focusing? So these are Nutella.
Yes, Nutella.
Nutella yes. Cupcakes, and they just look amazing. Or are they Ferrero Rocher?
No, Nutella.
Oh, Nutella, yeah.
Yeah,
and
Nutella.
then we also got
I made that too.
He made this as well. A rather large piece of cake. We went in there on a Saturday afternoon when they were probably about an hour from closing. So we got a good offer. But yeah, I think they just look amazing. I'm going to put that in my thumbnail and everyone will think I've made them.
No, I made them.
So here is these burgers. Like, you can see the baby bell melting out. It's got gherkins and lettuce and brioche buns, and then this one's got a cheese slice in it. You can just about see like the cheese slice melting out the sides. They look really, really good. Like proper man versus food burgers. We haven't eaten all day since breakfast, by the way, so this is well deserved, and they look really, really good. So tonight I have got chicken breasts that I've marinated in some Caribbean curry seasoning, some desiccated coconut and some lime juice. I've just cooked it on our grill. I've got some bacon that I've cooked in the griddle pan, just that we needed to use up. So a few bits of crispy bacon. And then some salad, so lettuce, tomato, cucumber. There's coriander on there, there's lime juice, there's gherkins, and just loads of random different things. But the chicken looks really good because I put the desiccated coconut. I don't do that very often, but I just thought it sounded really nice, like Caribbean curry and coconut chicken and bacon salad with some hot poo-poo sauce on top. Just done a really simple dinner tonight of the chicken pakora that I got in Iceland. These are really, really good. We've got some potato croquet, or croquette potatoes, and some spaghetti hoops, and this is what the boys are having for their dinner tonight. So I've got some mashed potato left over from last night's dinner, and I've had a fish pie mix in the freezer for ages, and I thought I probably should use it up. So I've just fried off a couple of leeks and some sweet corn with some garlic in a pan, and then I've added my fish pie mix to it, which is still slightly frozen, but it'll be fine. I haven't got any cheese sauce, and I don't want to bother making like flour, butter and all that, so what I'm going to do is add in some of the condensed cream of chicken soup and some grated cheese, some black pepper, and then I'm going to pop that in a couple of bowls, and then just top it with the leftover mash, because I'm just trying to use up some bits and pieces, and that will make a nice couple of meals. So I've managed to get 3 dishes out of this. I probably could stretch it to 4, to be honest, but I don't think I've now got enough mash, so I can't really wing, can I? Yeah, I'm just going to top it with the leftover mash, and then we've got 3 little dinners. So as I only want to heat up one of the fish pies, I'm going to actually just pop it in my air fryer. I've got it in its little ceramic oven proof dish, so I'm just going to put it on 200 degrees for around 10 minutes or so. The filling and the mash is already hot. I'll probably do it more 20-25 minutes if it was all stone cold, but as it's already warm I just want to heat it through and crisp the top. So I'm going to try 10 minutes and we'll see how it goes. So I gave it 9 minutes in the end because I could hear it bubbling, and you can see it's gone really nice and crispy and piping hot underneath. So yeah, I highly recommend using your air fryer for things that you don't want to turn a whole oven on for. So this is the meal that we had the mashed potato left over from. This is in a separate video in my recent slow cooker one. I will leave that video linked down below, but it was a beef and chorizo casserole, and we made loads and loads of creamy mash and had leftovers. So I just thought I would film this little lunch. This is what my husband and my son usually take with them. Half a packet of one of these like pre-cooked rices, and then a chicken breast that I've just done in some tandoori seasoning. I do them half a pepper each, some fresh coriander and lime juice, and then some of the Aldi barbecue sauce, and then they just take that and heat it up when they get there. I don't think my husband heats his, he has it cold, and my son heats his up. But yeah, that's like our little meal prep that I cook a big bag of chicken breasts all at once. So that is it for this video. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please make sure to leave me a like and subscribe if you're not already. I've got lots and lots more videos planned and lots of festive content coming up, so I'd love for you to stick around. Make sure you click on the link in the description box and get your free trial for Readly. It's 2 months, cancel at any time, no obligation, but you get a whole 2 months free. I think that's a perfect offer, especially as we are heading towards Christmas and the new year, so perfect couple of months to take advantage of that. And I'd just like to say at this moment to say thank you so much for all your support during the year on my ads and my content. It really does mean such a lot to me. I love all the engagement and the comments, and every time somebody takes up an offer that I promote, then it really does help the brands come back to me, which in turn means that I can continue to do this as a job, which just is crazy to me, to be honest. Cooking is like one of my biggest passions, and the fact that I get to do this for a living and share my recipes and ideas with other people, I still have to pinch myself, but that wouldn't be possible to do as a full-time job if I didn't work with brands that I know and love. I really do appreciate all your support. I've got some really exciting plans for the new year and a lot more content coming up, so I just wanted to say thank you, because without you guys there wouldn't be a channel or anyone for me to be talking to. So that's enough from me, and I will be back really soon with another video. Take care, guys.
Did you make it? Did you break free? Did you manage to be who you wanna be? Maybe somewhere you think about me too.